Hola, I'm Christina Marlette, creator of Courageous Self-Care and The Balm, the Awareness Life Make, no, Body Awareness Life Makeover membership. That's what it is. And I am also having so much fun doing the 12 days of self-care gifts that you can give to yourself. We are on day 9. So I'm going to sing to you and then I will tell you all about day 9, uh, the topic. So, ready? Here we go. On the 9th day of self-care, the gift I gave to me. Ignite the observer. Ugly, awkward dancing. Embodiment through yoga. Going vertical. The power of the pause. Open the trapdoor, intentional living, loving all the parts, and breath work to move stuck energy. It's getting long. Okay, so igniting the observer, what does that mean? The observer is the biggest part of you. It is the soulful self. It's the highest self. It is the part of you that is not the mind, that is not the breath, that is not the body. It's not the emotions. It's not anything except for conscious awareness. We want to have this awareness because when your mind is trying to keep things the same and keep things familiar, it will make up 1,001 tricks. It is a trickster. That tricky trickster is the mind. It will make up lies to keep things the same because it perceives the same as being good and safe. Even if it's wildly uncomfortable, even if it's the worst circumstances possible, the mind will come up with tricks saying, yeah, but well, let's just keep things the same. And so it will lie to you. In the book, The Untethered Soul, Michael A. Singer talks about how if your mind was a roommate, they would not last 24 hours because they give terrible advice. It's never true. They are worst case scenarioers and they are super mean to you. So that's what the mind can be like. An untrained mind can be like that. We want to float above that. We want to float above the mind and notice what the mind is doing. We want to be able to float above the emotions and notice what the emotional body is doing. That's that observer. Every teaching that has stuck around for thousands of years, like Ayurveda, which is the philosophy of right living from ancient India, Buddhism, Taoism, all of these teach about the observer. It's the biggest part of you, that vertical part of you that we talked about another day. So we want to ignite the observer and notice how we show up. It's very helpful. That's why we do the power of the pause so that we can turn on and ignite that observer. But in any situation, if so, people ask me, my clients ask me, how do you know it's your intuition? And how do you know if it's not your intuition and it's just your mind making up stuff? Or I was in a discussion recently with some clients on a group coaching call, and they were saying, well, this amazing thing happened, but I think it's just a coincidence, but it kind of occurred to me that it could be synchronicity or that it could be, the divine working through me, but yeah, I don't really think so. So that's all the mind making up its tricks. The mind wants to be in control. The mind is meant to be a humble servant. It's meant to follow the breath through the body. It's meant to notice sensations. That's how we connect with the divine. But we've overtrained it and we've given it too much power and then it runs the show. So, how do we know if something is your intuition and how do we know if it's just that monkey mind, that great trickster? Here's the way to know. If you, if your mind is saying something to you and you're feeling bad about yourself, it's a trick, it's a lie, it's made up to keep things the same. It will have a negative tone to it. That is not your intuition. The intuition comes through as neutral or positive. So if something just comes through, like the other day, I had the idea for this series. It didn't have a negative tone, it was just neutral. And then I kind of got excited about it and it turned positive, like, oh, I could do this. So that's the intuition. That's the heart. That's the soulful self speaking through. Neutral or positive. The other way to know that I just shared with a client the other day that I learned that I love is the soulful self, the heart. Your intuition comes in soft like a cloud. It's nebulous and it's so quiet, and you have to really be listening to catch it. The ego, the protective personality, will come in immediately after, like thunder and lightning. It's much easier to pay attention to, and it feels true because it's so loud. So if you notice, gosh, I'm not feeling very good about myself. Oh, that must be the thunder and lightning of the ego. What was the thought before that? That the soft cloud comes in first, and then the ego comes in with reasons why you shouldn't do that, or you can't do that, or that won't work, or who am I to do that? Why would I take that kind of action? I don't think I'm enough of this or enough of that. The first thought was the important one. So intuition is neutral or positive, ego has a negative tone to it, and intuition comes in soft like a cloud, ego comes in like thunder and lightning. So, all of that to say that having that observer ignited will be so helpful. It's a wonderful self-care gift that you can give yourself. So, the awareness of the observer going up into that. And when we love the parts, you're also turning on that observer, like whatever has showed up. What am I feeling about this? That's the observer. It's helping you to float above the circumstance that seems real but isn't. It's just there in service so that you can love the parts that are showing up. That's the observer being turned on. So we've already talked about it. This is just taking that, giving you that extra awareness. All right, so that is day 9. I will see you again tomorrow for day 10. You're doing great. Yay, you for being here on day 9. That's amazing. And I hope you're benefiting. I'll sing to you again tomorrow.